Hello and welcome to a tier list. I've seen a lot of people do these, so I thought, why not give one a try? The tier list I'm doing is, in case it wasn't obvious by the pages below, are Persona characters. Now, here's how I'm going to rank them. S is for my top favorite characters and stuff. A is for characters I love but aren't in my favorites lists. B are characters I like. C are characters that I don't have any strong feelings one way or another for them. Unknown are for characters I know nothing about or very little about to actually have an opinion on them. And F are for characters I despise. Luckily, there probably won't be many in the F tier, but I think for those that played Persona 5 and even Persona 4 and 3 to an extent will probably know who I'm putting in F tier.
Moments of calm, nothing left to be found.
Now, to start things off, why don't we start with Adachi? Now, at first, with Adachi, I was kinda on the fence about and all that, and I do actually hate his guts because of what he did. However, funny enough, he is the one that I hate the least. That's going to be in the F tier. Now, moving on to Aigis. Aigis is definitely an S tier for me. When I first met Aigis, I was kind of on the fence, just a little bit. However, as the events of Persona 3 went on, I started to like her more and more.
There's nothing inside. Will it always be burning down the walls?
So yeah, Aigis is
there
my favorite list.
For me to break?
I don't fully remember everything about this character. She isn't in Persona 4 long enough for me to have a strong opinion on her. She only shows up in the beginning and that's it. At least as far as I played anyway. So I don't have... Actually, I'll put her in C, where I don't have any strong feelings one way or another. Garo Akechi. Oh boy. Yeah. I don't care if he gets redeemed in the end. Spoilers for Persona 5, by the way. I hate his guts because it's a little bit personal for me. I don't take well to being betrayed. And considering he betrays Joker, I just went, alright, fuck you then. And there's also the fact that he shoots you in the fucking head in the game, so yeah. Well, she's Joker, but Joker is you. Because you play as Joker, so the Joker's player, blah blah blah. All that shit. Okay, Akihiko. some cases, I'd say Akihiko's like spirit animal sometimes. So yeah, he's my favorite list as well. There are a lot of Persona 3 characters I like, and Akihiko is definitely up there. He's my boy. This character I don't remember. I either never run into him or something like that. Chances are, so I'll put him in the unknown category because I know nothing about him at all. Oh boy, and on to Kamiki. It's a mixed bag for me, but luckily she evolves over time enough to make it to my favorites list. To me, she started out as someone I thought I wasn't gonna like very much, but as time went on, and before I started joining Phantom Days, I started to like her and all that. And then by the end of the game, she became one of my favorites. I don't remember this character right here's name, but I know enough about her because I did like the social link events for her and when I played Persona 4. So I'm putting her in B tier for characters I like. This character, unknown for me because I don't recall ever running into him when I was playing Persona 3. I remember running into this character in Persona 3 for a social link and stuff, but I didn't do much of them. So this guy here is in C tier. Oh, hello, Carlene. For you, it's definitely a C tier. I don't like her, but I don't hate her either.
Snowflakes only on your face.
Oh boy, Chidori.
A cold wind blows away.
Like with a lot of these type of characters,
From
like I'm putting
this
her
treasure
in B because at first I hated her because, you know, like she was an enemy and all that. The weird shit that happens between her and Yume. She's a character I find quite annoying. But I will give Kingpin credit where credit's due, I suppose. He managed to get Chidori to have a change of heart. Say about it. So that's why she would be Samanaka S. One of my favorite characters in Persona 4, hands down. She's like she's pretty much a female version of Akihiko if you think about it in terms of like how much she likes to like train and all that. He gets super pumped when there's a fight going on and shit. I love it. The fortune teller, whose name escapes me. Unfortunately, isn't here. feel like I can bring it into some and I grew to like her. The store owner dude, Persona 4, E tier. Although nothing much is known about him to me, but I like his design, and I also... He's also like the coolest looking like storekeeper. No offense to Yui. Just like that scar, the cigarette, and all that. And he's a pretty good blacksmith. This guy is... I don't know enough about, so I'm putting him in C tier. Because I know enough about him, but I don't know that much to like not have any strong feelings one way or another. Alright. Dojima, A actually. At first I thought he was going to be like just a typical overworked single father character and all that. But he does evolve in time. So yeah. Hey. This guy I don't know anything about. I have run into him before, but not enough to actually know enough. Same with this guy. And this guy. These three I know nothing about at all. Pretty much. Oh, here we go. Elizabeth. S. Elizabeth is definitely a very interesting character, to say the least. She is a combination of naive and scary, as well as overly happy. So, yeah. Elizabeth is definitely up there. This character, I don't have any strong feelings one way or another, and I don't remember her name. I don't even know if these can tell me who they are, but whatever. A fox from Persona 4. B tier. I like his role in Persona 4 that you can get healing from him. I think it's both HP and S tier. Don't remember. Alright, I like her, yes, but not I know a lot of people find Fuka annoying, but I wasn't annoyed by her. Anywho, Bender C. Like, I know probably not the
よく見た声振り向いて
Whoever this is, I'm pretty sure this is
空
like
仰
the
ぎ見
bigger
る
guy or
こ
something.
ぼれそうな涙こらえて明日
Correct me if I'm wrong
こ
on that.
そもう一度君に会えると信じ一人迷う雨の夜
Perfect. I see.
待ち続けて忘
This guy is also
れないよ
Ooh, here we go.
駆け抜けた夜を
the Pooey.
まだゆく輝く人と君みんなと一緒だったかけがえのない時と知らずに私は過ごしていた今はただ大切に忍ぶよ I will embrace the feeling 君はね確かにあの時私のそばにいたいつだっていつだっていつだってすぐ横で笑っていたなくしても取り戻す君を I will never leave you
Did a lot of stuff, actually. This person is also someone I've seen, but don't touch on me further. My question is, oh, I get it, okay. This is the fake Igor. This is the fake Igor. So real Igor is an agent for me. Fake Igor.
儚くたゆたう世界を君の手で守ったから今はただ翼を畳んでゆっくり眠りなさい永遠の安らぎに包まれて Love through all
Hello,
eternity 優しく見守る私のこの手で眠りなさい
I like it all,
笑ってた泣いてた怒ってた君のこと覚えている忘れないいつまでも決して until my life
Like, I
is exhausted まだゆく輝く人と君みんなと一緒だったかけがえのない時と知らずに私は過ごしていた今はただ大切に忍ぶよ I will embrace the feeling 君はね確かにあの時私のそばにいたいつだっていつだっていつだってすぐ横で笑っていたなくしても取り戻す君を I will never leave
I like that part. In all honesty, this guy is here. Let's put him in the scene. This is even fair. Joker. Yes. Joker is definitely one of my favorite protagonists for Persona. He, in my opinion, has the most swag out of the three. I know it sounds weird coming from me, but whatever. Jose. He's at a B. Like, I like him, but I don't love him. Partially because I barely ever talk to him in Royal. But the stuff you get from him is pretty useful for new wanna grind levels or items. In Mementos, Junpei Iori. Now, originally, he was gonna go in F tier. However, as I came to realize, he's not worth hating now because of what I've seen so much happen recently as I'm playing the games and stuff. My first encounter with this character actually was, and the thing that made me had a bias against him when I played 3 was I made the mistake of playing Max first, and fighting him got on my fucking nerves, so yeah. However, now he's in a C tier. So at least I don't hate him anymore. Only tolerate him. Just the I know enough about her that she's the more friendly of the two. Alright, here we go. Kamoshida F. Fuck you, bitch. Really think he wasn't gonna be in the hate list? Put the mob boss in there too. Oh hell yeah! But he's only 8. Sorry, I like Kanji, but I don't like him enough to put him in his list. I am going to actively avoid spoilers with my royal about her. Because people will get mad at me if I do, probably. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Kawakami. I'm afraid she doesn't be. Also, first impressions are everything for me. For the most part. And I'll get to that in a minute. But this guy is unknown to me. Right here. I don't know much about him at all. As well as I don't know anything about this guy either. Or even this guy. Alright. Ken. He is a B tier. Now, I like him as a character. But, let's just say something happened involving him that I wasn't too happy about. And I get why he did it? It's like, he's a kid, he's not going to be thinking clearly when under emotional stress and all that. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. If you want to find out what happens, then either look it up yourself or play Persona 3. I do want to put him in F tier considering how much of a dick he is, but I'll put him in C. Why not? Haha, puppy. He goes in B with Ken. Although these two make a pretty good team. I will give them that. Now, I don't know anything about this character or this one. Okay. Lavenza. Funny enough, she goes in A tier for me. Now, if you want to know mine, then I suggest you play Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal. Not about the spoilers. noticing a trend. Noticing a trend on the people that are in F tier. Yeah, I really do hope so. Now, this character here. Oh, by the way, this is Monorame. Forgot to say. You're unknown. This kid here. I don't recall, running into you. Alright. Remember when I said that we would get back to the whole first impressions are everything bit? Well, I'm about to contradict that. Now, when I first saw Makoto Nijima, my first impression of her was F. However, as the game progressed, she went all the way up to S. It is now one of my favorite characters in Persona 5. This guy, I know nothing about, so unknown. I have a lot of unknowns because, well, I've only, played some Persona. Some of Persona 4. Most of Persona 3 up to, the point where you're in the home stretch. And I played all of Persona 5 several times over. So, yeah. Margaret. Funny enough, she's an S. Both her and Elizabeth. Both for different reasons, of course. Margaret's more collective and calm, usually. But I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, Marie. Now, mixed bag for me. So I'm putting her in B. I like her just enough to keep her at a C tier. Here we go. Maruki. Now, once again, first impressions are everything for me. And his first impression was a good one. However, later on we find out about something. However, can't say I hate him.
Where have you been? Been searching all
And
along.
this is the only spoiler I'm gonna do,
Confessing twilight
because I need to justify why I put him
without
in A.
a clue, without a sign,
Now, it turns out
without
Maruki is
the real
the
question to be asked.
final villain.
Where have I been?
And I put the term villain in quotation
I'm a
marks,
sharpshooter.
because I don't technically count him as one.
Masquerade.
His intentions are
Hiding
good.
both face and mind.
The way he's
All free for you
doing
to
it
try.
is pretty extreme.
I'm a sharpshooter. What else
And that's
should
all
I
I'm gonna
be?
say.
Please don't take off my mask, revealing
One more thing I will actually say, is he is a complex character. He's well written. I will give him that. Hence why he's an A. This character, yeah, I'm putting you in. C.
moments
I
of calm,
run into you a few times,
nothing left to be found.
but
Mirror
I
right in front
haven't
of me. That's where I find
gotten to know you enough to
an empty
have a
glass,
strong opinion on one way or another.
reflecting
So,
that's
C.
a truth. It's only worse than to be told.
Metis,
I
C.
need them back.
I have haven't played the Answer,
I'm a shapeshifter.
but I've seen enough
At Boost Masquerade.
like videos and stuff
Heart in both face
involving
and
Metis
mind. All free for you to draw.
to get enough
I'm a
inspiration on her in a
shapeshifter.
sense, like how she is.
Chained down to
So,
my core.
C.
Please don't take off my
I don't have any
mask.
strong feelings one way or
My
another.
place to hide.
Mika. F. Sorry, but you make on cry. You going F. Ah, here we go. Makoto Yuki. He's in A for me. He is not the best. He's far from the best protagonist, but
I can't tell
like
you.
in any
Have
other
to
3
sit
Persona games I played.
Just a cage of fun.
But he's
There's nothing inside.
good enough.
Will it unleash me? Burning down the walls. Is there a way
Hello.
for me to break? I'm a sharpshooter at Post Masquerade. Hiding both face
I'm
and
gonna do
mind.
it. No.
All free for you to
Because I
draw.
don't pay enough attention to you.
I'm a shapeshifter. Have no face to show.
I'll put you in
Please
C just to
don't
throw
take
you a
off
bone.
my mask, my disguise.
This character, though, definitely unknown. You are unknown as well. These characters, oh, right, this guy. Sorry, but you're an F. Your first impression definitely led something to desire. Anyway, Itsu Kurijo, S. Now, to explain a little something about Mitsuru. Mitsuru Kurijo is definitely a character with a troubled past, in a sense. She has a lot to make up for when it comes to what her family did. But she is determined to right that wrong. And she evolves a lot from the events of Persona 3. And even during Persona 4, Arena in Twix. You I don't know enough about. Sorry. A part of me wants to put it into F because of how many times he's pissed me off when I played the game, but I'll throw him a bone by giving him a C. Oh hey, Mr. Beaver. You're an F. I am not sad that you ended up dying in the game. Never met this character. Okay, let's see. U C. Only because I paid attention to now. This another unknown. Okay. A for Nanako. She tries. She really does. E tier. Naoto Shiragane. The real Detective Prince. I like this fucktard. You are in C. This person right here. At first I didn't like you, but then I came to tolerate you. I will admit I like you better than Beaver Face, but you're a little too much. So yeah. Oh, look, it's a report. You go to see. You're willing to use your own child as a way to gain power. I hate your guts. Anyway, you I'd put in C. Like, he's an interesting character, that's for sure. I know nothing about you, so unknown. Oh. Rise. Kuchikawa, A. Rise maybe sipping for her senpai, but still. Yes, I think senpai because it's important to me. Oh, Ryoji. Hey, actually. I like where his character went. At first, I didn't trust him because he like came out of nowhere. But you know, neither did her. Now there's 3 things here, so I'm just gonna use the third one. Ryuji, he's sorry to say, but he's me. I like Ryuji and all. Some of the shit he says is funny, but come on. He really needs to learn to not let his impulses get the better of him. Sai Nijima. Keep going to A. As much as I love Sai, I'm afraid I don't love her enough to put her in my favorites list. Even though she's really close. You're lucky you got that character development. Otherwise you'd be in B or C. Speaking of C, hello. Goodbye. Unknown. Don't know enough about you. Oh hey, look, another F. The biggest F of them all. Is there never mind. Now... Alright, not quite, S tier worthy, but pretty close. Even though... didn't get much from her, considering she wasn't in the game for long. But we did find out about her during her limited screen time. Put her in A. Hehe, my dude. Even though you're in A. Now. Unfortunately, I forget his name, but it's on the tip of my tongue, I swear. You can, if any of you wants to tell me what his name is and remind me, that's fine. But I like him. For you, I'm gonna put you in C. For you, unknown. Hello, you bastard. Welcome to the F tier, bitch. You're unknown. More F as well. Okay, here we go. You're not S tier. He starts off not liking you. I can kinda understand what he's saying well. For all he knows, you're actually like competitors or whatever. But the more time you spend with him and all that, the more he care about it. Alright, oh, hello, welcome to the F tier. Bastard. Yeah, I don't hate this guy enough to put him in. Because, like, recently he went and shit. Oh no. So, here we go. Yeah, S tier waifu, in a sense. One. That's already busted. Also, actually very I'm not gonna record anything. That would explain this. Also, this guy, yeah, I just tolerate Teddy, I'm afraid. If he did have so many bear puns, I hate puns, by the way. But I will admit that she doesn't deserve to be picked on by his siblings. You know, Elizabeth and Margaret and Benza. You know, it's usually Elizabeth that picks on this teacher. Let's see. I don't even know enough about it.
儚くたゆたう世界を君の手で守ったから今はただ翼を畳んでゆっくり眠りなさい永遠の安らぎに包まれて Love through all eternity 優しく見守る私のこの手で眠りなさい笑ってた泣いてた怒ってた君のこと覚えている忘れないいつまでも決して
This guy,
And also, in my opinion, best character.
Yes, I call him the best friend character. That's the trope I call it. I know that's actually what the trope's called, but that's what I'm calling it. Junpei, Yosuke, and Ryuji all have the same role in their respective Persona games. So I like Yosuke the most because one, he was the first best friend character in a Persona game I saw, and two, he usually thinks before he acts. There are some times where he's an idiot, but doesn't happen as often. As always. So I'll give him a pass. Speaking of Persona 4, Yu Narukami. Or some people in the Persona community, for some reason, like to refer to him as Chad Narukami. Then again, I think a lot of those people would love to try the heroin route. Anyway, Yu Narukami is definitely up there as my favorite, as one of my favorite protagonists in any game, actually, not just Persona. He was my introduction to Persona, because Persona 4 was my introduction. And also, I just love the design of his default persona the most. Izanagi. Sure, I love the design of Joker's default, or Zen. In fact, in terms of default personas, they're actually kind of tied. As I heard default personas. Here we go. This one's going to be a little bit of a controversial opinion, I fear, because of the answer. But yeah. I'm putting her in A tier. Yukiko Amagi also goes into A tier. But oh, she just barely misses the mark for S tier for me. haven't completed all of your social link, but what I have played, I like you enough. Alright, this character, is unknown to me actually. I never bothered talking to her. And finally, Yusuke. You go into B tier. As much as I love his persona, not his persona as in like his persona that he summons, but his personality, as much as I like it, there are a few things that irk me the wrong way, in a sense, about Yusuke. He really needs to learn a little something called personal space. That's all I'm saying. But I like him enough. And I'm not gonna bother with these last two here because they're both just Ryuji, so yeah, there you have it. My Persona 3 through 5 tier list. Let me know what you think, and maybe I'll do another one of these if you want. This was more of a test the water type of video, so yeah. So until next time, see ya.